So that's usually what happens with fearful dogs is there's a threshold in which, like, when we hit this point, the obedience kind of goes out the window to some extent. And usually what I try to do is I try to find where that threshold is, solve the problem there, because most of the dogs know, like, clearly he knows his commands. So there's an enforcement issue when he gets into this like anxious headspace where we don't know how to like really keep him totally under control. And then the other thing is finding ways to have consistent e-collar use in certain places. So I'm understanding that like long term, we don't want to have it on 24/7. It makes sense. But there are some places that, like with my dogs, even to this day, I still put the e-collar on them consistently, right? So my big three are if we go off leash anywhere, if I have people come over the house, or if we go into public at all. So those three places, if you could start getting into a habit of just putting the collar on proactively, you're gonna be in a position where if people are over and he's a little bit nervous and you do need to get him to do something, you're always gonna be able to address it then. And then past that, if there are any places where, okay, there's a lingering issue, we put it on temporarily for a few weeks while we work through that issue, and then you could fade it out in those scenarios again. So in the house right now, his big thing, I think you said, is when the kids come into the room, he'll start barking. So we do want to start being able to correct for that, but we have to have the collar on to consistently do it. So I would say for a week or two, have it on all the time in the house, get into a habit of put it on in the morning, take it off at night, have your remote set up fairly high, and then when he starts barking at them when they come into the room, correct him for it, obviously. Okay.